Good people, welcome to Mose Knows. I am your host, Mose. We back at it again, man. It's still mock draft season. We haven't hit free agency yet. We've had some off-season moves, but we're still in this period where most of the draft prospects are getting ready for the NFL draft. Because of COVID-19, we don't have the scouting combine, so they're doing a traveling combine, which is basically pro days at each and every one of the schools. But players are getting ready. And what teams are doing, they're also getting ready. So as you see, I got on, the black polo today. I'm in my GM bag, and we're gonna do another mock draft. Now this mock draft is gonna be a little different. The last one, we did a full first round mock draft from 1 to 32. That was a little long. It was a little long. It was about an hour. Yeah, a little long. If you sat through the whole video, I appreciate you. If you skipped through to find your team's pick, I appreciate you. If you watched the video at all, beginning to end, middle, wherever you watched the video, if you clicked on it, you watched it, I appreciate you. This one's going to do a little bit different, okay? We're going to start a new series, and we're going to do team-specific mock drafts. We're going to go team by team, and we're only going to make picks for that specific team, hence team-specific. Now, this should be much shorter videos because most teams have anywhere between 5 picks. Some teams may have 10, 11, 12 picks, but it's not 32 picks that a team has in a draft. So we should be able to go through all 7 rounds with one specific team, picking anywhere from 5 to about 12 players. And we're going to do that for every single team. So you can imagine that's going to be 32 videos spread across this series. So I want you to tune in, and I want you to watch videos of your team, watch videos of other teams, and we're just going to see how this draft shakes out. Now, before we get started, y'all know I need you to do 2 things for me. I need you to take 2 seconds, and I need you to hit that subscribe button. Then I need you to take another 2 seconds, and I need you to hit that bell icon. Now, what that bell icon is going to do is that's going to give you notifications every time new content is dropped here at Mose Knows. Now, when we're dropping these team-specific videos, you want to get that notification so that you know a video came out. And if it's your team, you know exactly when to watch the video so you can see how the draft shook out for your specific team. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. And I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to go in the order of the draft. So why not start with the Jacksonville Jaguars? So we're going to select them right there. Okay, we got our predictive board. We are going to select all 7 rounds. Again, this is team specific. And we're going to speed this up. We're going to go fast. We don't need to see what the other teams are doing. We'll figure that out as it comes. Once our pick comes up, we'll see who's off the board, we'll see who's still on the board, and we'll make our picks based off of that. Now this one should start easy, as it did in the full first round mock. Jacksonville Jaguars, we're on the clock at number 1. This is a no-brainer, as I said in the previous video, so we're not even gonna waste time. Trevor Lawrence, number 1, that's easy money. Let's see how this draft shakes out here, okay? Names coming off the board, Jaguars have another pick in the first round coming up right now at 25. All right, so we've taken the quarterback. We see here team needs offensive tackle, cornerback, tight end, safety, edge, wide receiver, running back, interior D-line. A lot of needs for this Jacksonville Jaguars team. They wouldn't be picking number 1 if they didn't have holes to fill on this roster. So in my first round mock, here at 25, the pick that I selected was Christian Barmore. As you can see at number 22, Tennessee Titans took him off the board. We could go offensive tackle here. We do need edge rusher here. Let's see who we got left. I see Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah here. He could be a solid pick. Quiddy Payas here. Gregory Rousseau. Oh man, a lot of talent. I think I know where I'm going to go. Oh, he's still on the board too? Ugh. Oh, options. Let's see. Okay. Well, I think we're going to go after primary positions. With the first overall pick, we went quarterback. With this second pick in the first round, number 25, I think you go after somebody who can get the quarterback. He's still on the board. Keep him in the state of Florida. Let's go Gregory Rousseau, edge rusher out of the University of Miami at 25. And we should be right back on the clock again at 33, first pick in the second round. This is a beautiful setup for Urban Meyer and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence, falls into their lap. They have another first-round pick, which they got from the Rams in the Jalen Ramsey trade, and then they pick first in the second round. So they have 3 picks in the first 33. They can get 3 starters who can come in right away and do awesome things. And I see a guy already. Now I could go offensive line. I could do that. As a GM, I could go offensive line. We drafted Trevor Lawrence. You want to protect Trevor Lawrence. But I want a defense that's going to get Trev the ball back. I want to, affect the opposing offense so much where, we're getting stops, we're getting turnovers, and we're giving Trevor Lawrence as many opportunities to touch the ball as possible. So I think we're going to help that pass rusher that we just drafted, Greg Rousseau. Pass rush helps coverage helps pass rush. We need a safety on that back end. That's one of our needs. The best safety in this draft class is still on the board. Give me Trayvon Mulray to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's shore up this defense. And we're going to keep going. Names coming off the board. Picks is coming. It's going fast. Oh, we got another pick again? I wasn't prepared with all of these picks. We're right at 45. Now we can go offensive line. And if you look right here, we got 3 solid offensive linemen. We got Wyatt Davis, Ohio State, Creed Humphrey, Oklahoma, Landon Dickerson, Alabama. We got our pick. We can take either one of these guys. Now, Creed Humphrey, Landon Dickerson, they're centers. Jacksonville doesn't have a problem with center. They have Brandon Linder, I believe. And as long as he's not a cap casualty, as long as he's not somebody who's hurting their cap, which if you've been watching my Instagram, if you've been following along on IG, link is in the description if you're not, you would know that Jacksonville has the number 1 cap space in the league. Going into the new league year, going into free agency, they have about, I think, $76, $79 million to spend. So money is not an object for them. So they don't have to worry about any cap casualties or letting people go because they got $75+ million to spend. So I don't want to waste a draft pick on Creed Humphrey or Landon Dickerson when we already have a center. Let's get a solid guard on that front line to keep that pocket clean for Trevor Lawrence. I'm going Wyatt Davis out of Ohio State. We just got 4 starters, day 1 starters in the first 45 picks. We looking good right now. We looking real good. And we back on the clock at the top of the 3rd round. Right? This is going too good. Now, where do we go? We need tackle. We need corner. Tight end is a need. Wide receiver is a need. Not as much. That's on the back half of the list. But there's some needs here. I would say linebacker is a need outside of Miles Jack. They could use some, help at the linebacker position. I see Dylan Moses right here, top of the draft board. I see cornerback Kelvin Joseph right here. He's been getting a lot of buzz lately, moving up draft boards. I see interior O-line. I see another guard. Let's go to positions. Let's see what tackles are available. Okay, we got Jackson Carman, Spencer Brown, Dante Smith. No tackles that we could take at this point. I think any of the tackles that are on the board would be a reach. So let's not go tackle. Let's see what corners we have available. I know we saw Kelvin Joseph. See, this is what you got to watch out for. Some of these draft boards and their predictive models, they have players in different ranges and, they have players ranked differently. I was debating on whether I wanted to use Draft Network or PFF. I did PFF, and I don't like their draft engine. PFF had Trevor Lawrence falling to 6 to the Eagles, having Justin Fields being drafted number 1 overall and Zach Wilson number 2, and then Trevor Lawrence slid down to 6. That will never happen. And I turned randomness all the way down on that draft. Don't know how that happened, so I was like, for the sake of these videos, we're not going to use PFF. No disrespect to PFF, but I can't use that inconsistency with these videos. But certain players are rated higher on PFF than they are on the Draft Network. And I see a corner here that me personally, I like a lot. He's tall, he's fast, he's got good feet, he's a good press man corner, good agility, good flexibility, good mobility. He can move with the best of them. He's got good instincts, and I think he'll fit perfectly in this defensive scheme. Put him next to C.J. Henderson, and I think you got some really solid corners that you can build up as long as you have the defensive coaches who can coach them up the right way. Man, give me Tyson Campbell, corner that got in Georgia, at the top of the 3rd round. I can't believe he fell that far, but that's treasure for us. That's gold. I'll take that any day. Let's keep it moving. As you see, the draft is going. Players are getting snatched off the board. Can't believe Javon Holland went this late. Don't think he will in real life. Well, my 49ers took Trill Williams. I think that's a good pick, but we'll talk about the 49ers on another video. Okay, let's see who we have now. Let's go back to our top draft picks, top eligible prospects. Ooh, some good names here. Some good names. But are they positions of need? Well, I did say that this particular team needs help at the linebacker spot. I see a linebacker right here who has also been climbing up draft board. Do I think he'll fall to the 4th round? Absolutely not. But he fell to us in this mock draft. I'm taking you right now, putting him next to Miles Jack and letting him use his athleticism, his freakish mobility, and his skills. He can rush the passer. He can diagnose run plays, and he shoots his gun and he goes at it. He can drop back into coverage. Listen, give me John and Davis out of Kentucky. We got a defense that's cooking right now. I like that. I like that. Come on, I'm doing my GM thing right now. You know what I'm saying? Had to put the polo on. All right, 4th round, 130th pick in the draft. We still have not taken an offensive tackle. Now you say, this late, can you get somebody who could be a starter? Maybe not. We're in the 4th round. You do find some late round gems who come in, they absolutely outperform their draft status, outperform where they were selected in the draft. There are some good names still here on the board. A couple of wide receivers I see. I see Sage Surratt from Wake Forest. I see Seth Williams from Auburn. I see some running backs. We talked about it, in the full 1st round mock in the previous video. They have James Robinson, I believe is his name, James Robinson there. He had a solid season last year. But is he your bell cow? Is he your every down back who can get it done? And I don't know. I see 2 backs here who might be getting devalued because of the running back position. But 2 guys I like a lot. Trey Sermon proved a lot in the college football playoff. And then I see Chuba Hubbard still there on the board. It's a lot of guys here that I can pick. Let me take a look at the tight end position and see if somebody's Trey McKinnon's still here. But this might be excuse that. This might be a little too high for Trey. I see Nick Eubanks. This is definitely too high for him. I know tight end is a need, but I think that's too high. Let's take a look at tackle. Ooh, I see Robert Hainsey. I see Walker Little. I see Brady Christensen. I've seen a few mock drafts. I've seen some people have Walker Little in the first round, which I don't agree with. I see some have him in the second and third round, which is a little bit more of his range. I do like Walker Little a little bit better than Robert Ainsley. So right here, according to this mock, it's a little bit of a reach, but I think in this spot, I'm going to take our tackle. We're going to go Walker Little, and we're going to supply that need for our Jacksonville Jaguars. And look at that. Another pick right back on the clock at 146. Now we've taken care of quarterback, taken care of offensive tackle, corner, safety, edge. Where can we go? Let's go back to all. Let's see who's left. Oh! Wasn't I just talking about these two boys? I was just talking about both of these cats. And they sitting right here, available for us in the 5th round. Now again, the running back position is being devalued. I don't agree with that. I think if you have a decent running back, your offense can be taken to another level. But we've also seen with a lot of teams, specifically my team, the 49ers, you can find serviceable running backs who can fit your scheme and really, really perform well. Nobody knew who Matt Breida was before he broke out before the 49ers. Nobody knew who Raheem Mostert was unless he was on your team. Raheem Mostert was on 6 or 7 teams before he finally found a home in San Francisco in a scheme with Kyle Shanahan that utilizes his speed and what he does well. And he was able to break out and become not a star, but a really, really good running back in this league. So the value is there. You know, we didn't waste a 1st round pick or a 2nd round pick on a devalued position. We waited until the 5th round, filled some other needs, and now we can add another running back who can come in and can compete with James Robinson. And a lot of teams are using multiple running backs in their systems to kind of give, you know, that number 1 running back a break, spell him a little bit, get somebody else in there, a change of pace back. A lot of teams are employing more than one back. Unless you have a Zeke Elliott or a Saquon Barkley or a Christian McCaffrey, you're using multiple backs. And again, do we know if James Robinson is that guy? I don't think he put enough on tape to prove that we don't need to use a pick on a running back in this draft. And with these two fellows on the board, I'm going to go with, personally, the running back I like the most. I'm going with Chuba Hubbard, running back out of Oklahoma State. This draft looking real good. Folks, I'm really excited about this. Jaguars fans, I'm excited about this. You let me know if you're excited about this. And we're back on the clock again in the 5th round. Another 5th round pick. 171. We got our running back. We got our edge, our safety, our corner, our tackle. We got the QB. We got the interior role. Where do we go? What do we do? What's available? I see some corners. I see some more safeties. Wide receiver for this team, don't necessarily think is a need. They have plenty of wide receivers. They just drafted a wide receiver last year, LaVisca Chenault. Still have DJ Chark. D.D. Westbrook is there. I think he's a free agent, but he's still there. Who else do they have? They have receivers. You can always draft a receiver, always bring somebody in. But I don't think it's necessary right now. I think we can probably get a receiver later on in the draft, maybe 6th or 7th round. Caden Stearns is still here. Now you talking about beefing up that defense, right? And possibly having a back end. Now, would they all start? Who knows? Because based off of who we drafted, corner, Tyson Campbell, safety, Morig, you know, and if we take Caden Stearns here, if they start, that would be 3 rookies in your secondary. I don't know if you want to necessarily do that. But it's a possibility. Let's see. I know we need interior defensive line. Ooh, that might be a reach for him right here. See, this one threw me off a bit because I was excited to get Jacksonville Christian Barmore like I did in my full first round mock, but he was gone. And then other names and other positions were available. So I like Naquan Jones. I don't like him right now. So we can move on to another position. Let's see what tight ends are available. Ooh, Nick Eubanks is here, but again, that might be a little high. Based on this board, Nick Eubanks may be higher than what this board has him. And we can kind of check that. We can kind of go to player rankings and we can see. So the predicted board has him at 245, but the player rankings has him at 217. Still think this may be a little too soon for my guy Nick Eubanks. So let's go back to all. And I mean, he's here. He's on the board. Why not get him? Why not add another safety? And now you have a young defense that you can build and you can mold up. Maybe they all don't start, but maybe they're role players who can come in certain situations and give you a spark off the bench or spell the guy who's in there. We all know football's a rough game and there are injuries that happen all the time. Man, I'm going to Caden Stearns. He's available. I'm taking it. Now I put Caden Stearns with Trayvon Mosley. Now my back end is looking good for the next couple of years. Real good. Let's see what we got next. What we got next? Come on, man. Said this was supposed to be fast. Not fast enough. I feel like I'm on a roll. Do we not have a 6th round pick? I look like we got a 6th round pick and we going into the 7th. Going into the 7th. Okay. Now this might possibly just scroll through. No, we got another one. We got 2 7s. We got 2 7s, so we're gonna make these count. Gotta make these count. Okay. Now let's see what we have with the tight ends. Ooh, I mean, Eubanks is going. I didn't feel like it was necessary to take him, at that 171 slot. I thought that was too high. And that's the risk that you take. That's the gamble that you take. You see a player, you want a player, but you don't want to overestimate their value and take them too high than you think they should be taken. Now, some teams do. Some teams, they set their board, they stick to their board. No matter what another team or another group of scouts thinks, they set their board and they stick to it. So somebody that another team may have rated in the 7th round or the 6th round, another team may have them rated for the 3rd round, and that's where they take them. So it's all up to, the specific team. Me, I didn't want to waste that pick, so I did. So let's see what we got. Let's see, we got Austin Watkins still here. Dax Mill from BYU. Zach Wilson's favorite target. Oh, I see. And I see a tackle that I like. We could use another tackle. I know we took Walker Little. Ooh. I see another edge rusher I like too. Okay. For the sake of evening this out, we're not going to take positions that we've already taken with this particular pick. Let's add a wide receiver. You never have too many wide receivers. Most of the wide receivers that the Jaguars do have are smaller body wide receivers. DJ Chark's a deep threat. LaVisca Chenault, he's a gadget receiver. He's somebody who you can use similar to like a Deebo Samuel type role. So let's give them a big body wide receiver, especially since we were unable to get a tight end. Let's give them a big body wide receiver, somebody who can be a red zone threat, somebody who can help on also, now let's go with Trayvon Grimes, wide receiver out of Florida. We got one more pick in this first round, in this 7-round team-specific mock draft for the Jaguars, and we're up on the clock at 2:44. Now, are my guys still here? Okay, cool. So one of them is off the board. That makes this pick much easier for me. Oh, my Niners took a Larry Jackson at 2. I'm sorry, y'all. I try to be objective. I try not to be biased. But sometimes I just see who my Niners pick and I get excited. If my Niners are able to get a Larry Jackson at 224, I think that's a solid. All right. But we the Jags GM today. Let's not forget the team that we picking for. We can't forget who we came here for, okay? So I say that to say I was looking at a Larry Jackson, bringing in another tackle. But we already got one. I don't think we need to add to that position. I'm keen building defense. If we can get after the opposing team's quarterback and give our quarterback more opportunities with the ball, that's good, right? Now you're saying, okay, where you want to go? There's another edge rusher on the board. Well, I'm not going to lie. And you're like, why would you go edge? You mentioned in the full first round mock, they already have Josh Allen. They drafted Caleb Chase, and you just took Gregory Rousseau. How many edge rushers you want? Listen, I want as many as can get it done. I want to be as multiple as I can. Caleb Chase, although he was a rookie last year, he kind of didn't live up to the hype. So you put him on notice by drafting Greg Rousseau. This cat is still on the board. Again, I don't think he's falling this far in his draft. I think he has too much upside. I think he has too much explosiveness, and he offers you a lot as a pass rusher, specifically on third and long situations, that a team is going to fall in love with him and find a way to utilize him in their scheme. I don't think he's going to fall this far, but he fell this far to me, and it's a gift. And I like gifts, so I'm going to take the gift. And if I can use them, and if I can throw them in there, and if on third down and long, or second and long, or third and long, you got to worry about 4 pass rushers or 3 pass rushers on the field coming at you from every which way. You mean to tell me if Caleb Chase step up, I got Josh Allen, Greg Rousseau, Caleb Chase and this guy coming at you? Who you gonna double team? You can't double team on 4 of them. You can't double team 2 of them. You could probably only double team 1 of them, but I don't even think you want to do that. It's a win-win if you can get all of these guys to play the proper way. If you can coach them up in your scheme and get these guys to play effectively, this team will be crazy on the defensive side of the ball, getting after the pass rush. It was once known as Jacksonville, and I think we can get back to that. I see him on the board. I'm taking Chris Rump, second edge rusher out of Duke. And that wraps it up for the Jacksonville Jaguars in the 2021 NFL Draft. First round, we just gonna go right to user picks. First round, Trevor Lawrence, no brainer. First round, Gregory Rousseau, fell to us at 25. That's a gift. I'm taking it. Trayvon Mose fell to us first pick of the second round. I'm taking it. That's a gift. Give me Wyatt Davis on the inside, help protect Trevor Lawrence. Then give me Tyson Campbell on the defensive end. I got my safety. Now I got my corner to go next to C.J. Henderson. Then give me Johnny Davis. I'm gonna need a linebacker because when I send them edge rushers, I'm still going to need people in coverage. That's Miles Jack. That's Johnny Davis. I want that. Walker Little, give me that tackle. Okay? We don't know if Cam Robinson's coming back. Even if he does, we got competition. Chuba Hubbard, give me somebody Trev can hand the ball off to. Give me somebody he can play fake, hit somebody downfield. I like Chuba Hubbard here. And then we get Caden Stearns. You know, we got another defensive utility player who could possibly turn into a starter. And now our back end is young, and we'll have him for a while. Love it. Trayvon Grimes to be that big body wide receiver. We weren't able to get the tight end that we were looking for, but if you be a big body wide receiver, somebody I can use in the red zone, I love it. And then Chris Rumph fell to us the last pick, 7th round. Like I said, if you can get them edge guys to play how we know they can play, if you can coach them up in your scheme, then we got Jacksonville 2.0, baby. And we're getting after the quarterback, and we're giving Trevor Lawrence as many opportunities with the ball to score points as we can. That's it, fellas. Ladies, that's it. That is the full 7-round mock draft for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are done here. No hour-long video tonight. That's it. We're done. So, if you like this draft, let me know down in the comment section. If you're a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, let me know about some of these picks. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. Again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment below. All my socials are in the description. We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.